His voice was always louder when he felt small. Tonight, it boomed. "We're selling the family business," he announced, champagne glass raised like a dagger in velvet. I didn't look up right away. Instead, I watched the knife in my hand glide through turkey skin, smooth, controlled, like I was practicing for something far messier. My wife's sisters clapped, wine-stained teeth flashing like wolves. Finally, one hissed, "We're free." I counted backward in my head. 5, 4, 3. Her father puffed his chest. $40 million. Summit Enterprises. Biggest deal we've ever made. The air changed. That name, my name, hung over the table like a noose no one saw coming. I placed the knife down, wiped my hands on the napkin, then smiled. "Who's the buyer again?" He grinned like a man who believed he'd won. "Summit Enterprises. My turn. I am Summit Enterprises." Silence. The kind that drains color from faces and blood from veins. I leaned back, eyes scanning each of them. No rage, no joy, just the calculated pleasure of watching bricks fall from the tower they built on my back. 5 years ago, the company was burning. Debt, layoffs, lawsuits, and him, too drunk on legacy to notice he was steering straight into the ground. I stepped in. I fixed everything. Marketing, logistics, supply chain overhauls. I didn't ask for ownership, just trust. He gave me handshakes, promises, words whispered over scotch. But trust dies when no one means it. It started small, an offhand comment from my wife. "Daddy says we'll never let you own it." Let. Like I was a stray they fed but wouldn't name. She laughed when she said it. I didn't. I started watching them. Meetings I was uninvited to. Files that disappeared. Her sisters whispering in corners, hushing when I entered. One night I stood by the bathroom door and heard them laugh. Let him rebuild it for us, then cut the leash. Rebuild, like I was a tool, not blood. I kissed my wife goodnight that night, and looked at her like a stranger sleeping in my bed. I didn't confront. That's not how you hunt. I smiled more, asked fewer questions, and built Summit, quietly, legally, relentlessly. Offshore holding firms, blind trusts, shell mergers. Each piece in place, each dollar traced. I knew what they were planning before they signed it, and I let them, watched them gloat, watched her father lie to his daughters, tell them they'd be rich, they'd be free, they'd finally cut me out. One night I sat across from my wife and asked, "If it all disappeared, would you still be proud of me?" She laughed. "Don't be dramatic." She always said that when I got too close to the truth. That week, she stopped wearing her ring, said it made her finger itch. She didn't know I saw the texts. After it sold, her sister wrote, "He'll be useless to you." "Already is," she replied. The bile never reached my throat. I swallowed it. I always do. The final document landed on my desk 2 days before Thanksgiving. Her father signed the agreement. Her sisters approved it. Sale finalized. 40 million wired. Straight to me. Summit Enterprises. A name they never bothered to trace, because arrogance makes men blind. I didn't celebrate. I made a reservation for 10. I carved the turkey myself, and waited. Until the room was full of noise and wine and false laughter. Until he made his announcement, expecting praise. Until I said it. I am Summit Enterprises. Her wine glass slipped, shattered. He blinked like he'd been slapped by God. "You?" I nodded once. "Yes." The silence dragged. Her sisters looked at one another, mouths open like broken clocks. My wife didn't speak. She didn't have to. I'd already read every message she'd ever tried to delete. I stood slowly, adjusted my sleeves, then placed a small envelope in front of her father. "Your legacy," I said, "sold by your own hand to the man you tried to cut out." He reached for it like it might burn him. Inside, proof of the sale, wire confirmations, his signature, my name. I turned to the sisters. You'll receive nothing, just as you planned, only in reverse. I saved her for last. She opened her mouth. I shook my head, then handed her a printout, one she knew would come, even if she never admitted it. Her sister's name, her hotel, her messages, her silence. She didn't cry. That would have required shame. Just whispered, "You were never supposed to know." I leaned in, close enough for her to hear the ending. I always knew. I just waited for the perfect time to stop pretending. They say revenge is best served cold. I disagree. It's best served patiently, with a full table, on a day meant for gratitude, to the people who believed they buried you. I walked out as they sat in silence, plates full, mouths empty. No tears, no shouting, only power returned to its rightful hands. Outside, it started to snow. I didn't look back. She never followed. She knew what it meant when I smiled across that turkey. The storm had already passed, and I was the one who controlled the weather.